Hi, and welcome to another LRCC Soundbite. I've got a couple of stories for you today. They're stories about the impact that the ancient Jewish writings had. Today, as Christians, we read the Bible, and we consider that this book is really important. It's made up of 66 different books, all compiled into one volume. The first part is made up of books that were written well before Jesus was born, and the second part is those that were written afterwards. Well, the first story I've got took place hundreds of years before Jesus was born, and it's all about books that were written even older than that. So this bit comes from the first part of the Bible. So, we're in Jerusalem. The temple was having something of a facelift. For a number of reasons, it had fallen into disrepair, and now it was being rebuilt and made ready to use again to worship God. Now, while the workmen were busy, one day they found something that no one expected. They thought this was lost. They found the ancient scrolls that contained the books of the law that God gave to Moses thousands of years previously. This was incredible, and it was exciting for everyone. So they all came together and they asked the priest to read it to them. Now, this priest, he was a man called Ezra. He read from early morning right through till noon. It wasn't a small book. And as he read, the words started to impact people. They were hearing God's law and God's rules and hearing things that had been forgotten. They started to realise just how much they'd lost and how they had not been doing the things that God would have wanted them to do. And they started crying, and they became really upset because they were so sorry. But the priest, Ezra, and the people's leader, a man called Nehemiah, said, No, don't cry. Be happy, because this is a special day for God. Now we know what we need to do. Now we know how we need to live. God wasn't going to punish them because they didn't know, and now they could get it right, and God would be pleased with them. Reading God's words became this amazing blessing for them. Fast forward several hundred years. We're now in a story that's in the second part of the Bible. Jesus went to the synagogue in Nazareth, his hometown, and he was asked to read, and he was given a scroll, another of those ancient books, this time written by a prophet called Isaiah. And Jesus read these words: "The Lord's Spirit has come to me because he has chosen me to tell the good news to the poor. The Lord has sent me to announce freedom for prisoners, to give sight to the blind, to free everyone who suffers, and to say, this is the year the Lord has chosen." Then Jesus rolled up the scroll, and he simply said, "What you just heard me read has come true today." Everyone was confused. They looked at each other. They looked at Jesus. They wondered what was going on, and then they realised that Jesus was declaring that these words that Isaiah wrote were about him. And that meant that he was saying he was God's chosen Messiah, the one who would change everything. And they thought to themselves, but this is Jesus. He's Joseph and Mary's son. He used to play outside my house. He can't possibly be the Messiah. Jesus' words impacted them so much that they also became very emotional. But this time, anger. A little bit later in the story, they end up trying to throw Jesus off a cliff because of the things that he said. They didn't succeed. But the thought I wanted to leave you with today is that the Bible isn't just some book with a few nice stories about Noah, Jesus, and Jonah and the whale. The words in the Bible are inspired by God and written down by people over thousands of years, and they are powerful. The Bible has the power to completely change people's lives. So, my challenge is this. Why not have a read of the Bible for yourself and see what it says? If you want some pointers of how to start or where to read, do just email me and I'll give you some ideas. If you live near us and you don't have a Bible, then get in touch and we'll drop a free copy round to you. The Bible is the most influential book that was ever written. Why not have a look at it yourself and see what you think? Have a great week. God bless you, and I'll see you next time.